Good morning and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Sue Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Minnesota. Thank you for joining me for my catalog kickoff today. There we go. All right. I think we're good. Let me know if you've joined me, and let me know if you're watching on the replay. I will try to get these onto YouTube. I think things are just easier to find on YouTube. So let's get started right away. I have a busy morning planned for us. I'm going to be live every hour on the hour. I'm going to try to keep these to a half an hour, but I am making a card every hour, and I'm walking through the catalog. So we need to get moving. We are celebrating. I don't know if you can see. Let me let my video catch up. No, not quite. I have a Celebrate cup, so we're celebrating the new mini catalog. I have quite a few products from here that I'm going to show you. Some samples, and we'll talk about what's going on with Stampin' Up! As far as products go. So, the mini catalog went live on September 6th. I think I'm a little close on my video, so you can't see everything. So we're going to walk through it, so I hope you have your catalog handy. I use the index a lot, so just if I know the name of a suite, if somebody mentions a suite, like Garden Walk, I don't have that one, so I have to keep looking that one up. The icons make it easy to find things in the catalog that you might be looking for, like quick cards. I have to look through it and find quick cards. First thing we're going to talk about is the Making a Difference paper, the A Walk in the Forest. I don't have samples. I've made a couple cards and I can't find them, so if I find them, we'll come back to that. Information about our kits and our online exclusives. Hopefully you're aware of that. I love the suite. The paper will be here on Wednesday. I didn't get it in time for today, but I love the colors. And if you go to the website and look at more information about the papers, they will list all of the colors. They only list like 5 or 6 here, but then there were more. And so I noted how bright and cheerful the DSP is, Designer Series Paper, DSP. So I marked whether they were a bright, a regal, or a subtle, which family they were in. You can see there's a lot of bright colors in here. So purchasing a pack of bright cardstock and this Designer Series paper, you'd be able to make birthday cards all year long. And that's what I plan on doing. I probably won't use this for Christmas at all. I'm much more of a traditional Christmas crafter. But I love the stripes and the dots. If you notice, there's a stripe and a dot on every one of those papers. So that'll be really fun. And I think the pink and red will be really fun for Valentine's Day. I know this will be gone by then, but you can plan ahead, right? Christmas, the traditional St. Nick is fabulous. I have my notes here, and you probably can't read them, but I will share that the Traditions of St. Nick, it's an online exclusive Designer Series paper that's currently available. If you look closely, it looks like these 2 Santas are on that paper, and the dies will cut him out. And I think there's also the mailbox and this little cup with this, looks like cinnamon and an orange. Would that be mead? I don't know. That's my guess. I think that there are, on the Traditions of St. Nick Designer Series paper, it looks like these 4 images will be cut up by the dies. I have not heard anybody say that, but that's from what I look at it. This tree is also on the paper that I'm using today, so these dies will cut out some of the DSP I'm using today. This is so adorable, like I said, but I'm a traditional Christmas person. I do have this one, and I ran out of time to make a sample, so watch for that coming in the near future. I did cut out the dies, just so you can see what they look like. And can you see? Hopefully you can. I think you can. All the details in there, like the seat on the camel and the swirl and the clouds and the wood grain on the manger and the hair on the donkey and the wool on the sheep. It's just amazing. So this is going to be, I'm going to use this one a lot. And the Designer Series paper, I will share with you another time. I want to share the other paper with you today because this is not available. A lot of the products in this suite are not available, which is so sad, but it will be available by October. so you can get your Christmas crafting done. So I will share that this designer series paper, the Oh Holy Night, will be available October 2nd, as will the Stars embossing folder. So it's the dies in the embossing folder that are not available. The stamp set is available if you don't do embossing or don't want those and you just want the stamp, which is shown on the next page. Being North Star Stamper, this is on my list, but I didn't get it before it became unavailable. The ribbon is on back order, available October 23rd. The trinkets are on back order, available September 25th. So if you miss those dates, get in touch with me and I can share when it will be available again. So let me clean up a little bit. Oh, here, I do have the stamp set too. Let me clean up just a little bit. Hello, hello, and let me know that you're watching. And I do have the ribbon. I don't mean to brag, but I got this during pre-order. Like I said, you'll see that once it becomes available. So we are working with the Walk in the Forest Designer Series paper. I have it to show you real quick, and I have my card all prepped. I'm going to try to make a 5-minute card. That seemed to be a big hit the other day when I did that for a pop-up live. So here is what I call the fronts of the paper. Oh, I should show that the colors in here are balmy blue, cherry cobbler, garden green, old olive, it's there, old olive, pecan pie, and pretty peacock. And then obviously white. They don't always list white or very vanilla. And this is our Making a Difference paper. So when you order this designer series paper, $3 will be going to a charity here, or a charity in your local market. Here in the United States, $3 will go to Toys for Tots. And Stampin' Up! Will let us know how much they are sending to Toys for Tots when the campaign is over. So this is what I call the fronts. The bear punch will punch him out, and I mentioned the tree dies. We'll cut those out. You can fussy cut if you don't have that punch or the dies. The bears, beautiful pine. I love the pine cone. There's a stamped pine cone too. I didn't get that one. Very festive there, and some trees. So those do look very Christmassy to me. But if you look on the back, these could be used for a masculine card with some wood grain. The red and green do look Christmassy to me, but you could get around that. And some snow, and some snowflakes, and some stripes. You've seen me use this on a birthday card, but I have to say, I have so many cards, I can't find that one. I used it with the circle sayings, I think. No, the curved occasions, and I had a birthday cake with this paper. So it's around here somewhere. When I find it, I will share. So we are making a card very much like this one. Let's time myself here. I'll show you what I'm going to be using, and then we'll get started in timing. So these ornaments are part of this punch pack, and this is on clearance. Oh, I made a note and I lost my note. I believe they are $20.40 on clearance, and they were available yesterday afternoon. So that's what I used to make my ornaments here. And I used the distressed gold paper that we have trouble keeping in stock, but it was available yesterday. The paper from the A Walk in the Forest, and then I put DSP on the flap of my envelope. Wouldn't that be fun to receive? The Merry Christmas is from Celebrate with Tags. This here, I did cheat a little. It's already on my block from when I made that card. I'm using Cherry Cobbler, which is in the designer series paper. I'm using the Simply Elegant trim. I use a lot of this. I think this is my 4th pack. It's been around a couple years. And then my sentiment here is from Something Fancy dies. These are my newest, I call them labels dies. And what I do is when I go to die cut one, I die cut a whole half sheet of cardstock. And then I have these ready to go. And I keep them in an envelope with my dies. It just makes things quicker and more efficient. So I'm going to grab a couple of these just in case let's see, we'll try 3 different ones. In case I don't get a perfect stamped image the first time, I like to have a backup. Let's clean this off a little bit so I have room to stamp. All right, so the one I'm going to make this time, I'm going to use this paper. I thought that would be really pretty, and I'm going to use Pretty Peacock. All right, let's go. It says 9:10 on my computer, so I'm going to fold this in half. I line up the bottom corner, and then I adjust the top. Hopefully that made sense, so that I get a nice fold. I think I have too much in my camera here. Oh, actually, I'm going to back out just a tad. There we go. So you can see a little better. All right, the next thing we're going to do is punch our ornaments. Oh my goodness. I need to think through words before I start my video, so I'm just going to put that in there. At one time we had a stamp that coordinated with this, but I wanted to show you that you don't need the stamp to use the punch. I often show you you don't need the stamp and dies to use the DSP, but there's that. And we'll make this one a little different. I think we'll just do one of the short and fat, and we'll bring back that tall skinny, just to be different. So we have 3 of those. I like to work in odd numbers. Hopefully you've heard me say that. I do have a piece of white already cut. You know, I cut those ahead of time, like half a pack of paper at a time I will cut. And then this happens to be the front and back of the same piece. So we're going to put that on our envelope. We're going to do that right now while I let this dry. We'll make the card. I like to do 2 1/4 to 2.5 inch pieces for my envelope flap. We'll set that aside. Now, for this, I'm going to take my trim and some scissors. I don't know where my other scissors are. And I'm just going to cut 3 pieces, I don't know, about that long. I'd rather have them too long than too short and waste it. I'm going to keep neat here so I don't get overwhelmed. And then I'm going to put, I like them up in the corner like this, and I want to stagger them a little more. So what I'm going to do is put a tiny piece of tear and tape down to hold, hopefully you can see, just to hold the end of my string. So I need 2 more. We're going to put this one a little higher, and this one, we're going to stagger them. So I think if this one's up here, and this one's here, like that. Oh, you know, it would be prettiest to punch this out of pattern paper too. And then my Merry Christmas will just, it's going to have to cover it a little bit down here. So maybe we'll put this one up higher, and this will fit underneath, kind of like that. How's that? I think that'll work. All right, let's get this pulled up. And then we're going to put our ends of our strings right on that. You want something really sticky so it'll hold. This is tear and tape. Our Seal Plus would work as well. I thought I had some and I couldn't find it. So tear and tape it is. And I think I'm actually going to leave this on here. All right, and then we're going to pull these to the back and just hold them down. Oops, sorry. And hold them down with another piece of tear tape. One more. All right. See, I can't deal with adhesives and talk at the same time. Now that is going to keep our strings down. And now I can use lots of glue, and I'm going to put lots of glue right around those to keep it adhered. Let's bring our card back. I get those out of the way. Oh, isn't that lovely? If I do say so myself. I'm so happy Pretty Peacock is back. All right, let's use some dimensionals. I have some minis on the back of our ornaments. I'm going to put one up near the top and help hold that ribbon down, or trim as they call it. One right there. Let's put a few. We don't want this to sag. One right there. If you only have big dimensionals, you know, you can cut those and make them go further. I even cut the mini ones when I have something really small, which I will point out later. I did that on a deer's leg. I cut the mini dimensionals because I wanted to make sure they were the right size. All right. I stand up to see what we're doing. I'm going to cover up my tape. Let's put the one in the middle last. Last thing we have to do, oh, look at that, is stamp our sentiment in Cherry Cobbler, because that's the color of the berries. How do we do? Ta-da! Look at that, I'm even cleaning my stamp. Let's get this adhered, trim our envelope. I'm just going to put this on glue, with glue. There's enough dimension on the, look at that. My red ink tends not to dry as quickly, so, oh, that's good. And trim our envelope flap, and we're good. All right, 9:18. It took me 8 minutes to make the card, but still, that is a quick card. You've heard me say, let your designer series paper do your work. In this case, it did almost all the work. I just had a few other things to go with it. In this case, the gold paper and the punches. There's our card. I have 2 more Christmas cards ready to go. Have you started your Christmas crafting? If it weren't for my monthly... Oh, I have one more thing. My monthly Christmas card on my blog on the 25th of every month, I probably would not have started yet. Did you know I do that? On the 25th of every month, I post a Christmas card, and I have since January. And on the 17th of every month, I post a birthday card. So, there. Now we can write on the inside. Thank you for joining me this morning. I'll be back at 10 o'clock. And we'll walk through the next few pages of the catalog. So, hope you can join me then. Otherwise, the replays will be available. Have a great Saturday. Bye.